Good afternoon, all.
Hello.
Listen, everybody, I had to make a pretty massive change in my lineup if you have them. So if you guys might want to take a pen and paper, and I'll read off the last names to you. Everybody ready?
We don't have the judge on, but that's okay.
Okay. Yeah, I'm going to go with the four of you here. All right, here, prepare to copy. We're going to start with Robert Miller, Randy Washington, then go next door, Jonathan Reed, Sean Handy, and then I'm going to double back up with Carter and Smith. That applies to you, Dorothy. That'll start me back on the list that I sent over. So we're going to start with Miller, Washington, then next door for Reed and Handy, and then I'll just stop there. So everybody good with that? Is that
Okay.
helpful?
Sure.
Yes, sir.
All
And
right.
Mr.
Thanks.
Lilich, Mr. Reed has 30 cases, just so you know.
Yep.
Oh, okay, great. Hey, glad you're back on, Ashley. I don't have complete information on Jamie Johnson. I don't have her date of birth. I don't have
Oh, yes, sir.
any identifier. Do you happen to have
Yes.
that?
Yes, sir. Hang on.
If you got a Kansas DL, that'd be great.
All right. I'm going to beg off and help the deputy get us all situated. So I'll be
Okay.
back
Yes,
soon.
sir.
Thanks.
Shane, her date of birth is 7/23/78. Um, I'm gonna look her up. Hmm. Sorry, my Adobe is frozen, so
Oh
I'm
no,
waiting for it to unfreeze.
that's fine. I've got it queued up on KDOR. So once I got that, hopefully she's got a Kansas DL. Once I get that,
Yes, she
I'll get,
does. She
I'll
does.
get, so you got, but you don't have the Kansas DL in front of you?
I, well, I saw KS and then my Adobe had a freak out.
Okay.
So I'm gonna get it the rest. I mean, I'm reading you I'm reading you the handwritten information off the ticket. So I'll
Is it
slide
not in the system? What's the name are you guys talking about?
Jamie Johnson.
Who's on the docket for today?
I have KO23 76896 is what it shows in the system.
76896.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank
Uh-huh.
you, Ms. Bertha.
Uh-huh.
It came up under that number. KDOR shows her as suspended. Were you able to hear me, Ashley?
Yes, sir, I did hear you, but then I forgot that I was muted.
If you
I'll
want
work.
me, if you want me to, I can print this off. Well, I could attach it in PDF form to an email. You want me to send it to you?
Sure.
Okay.
And then I'll work on a plea given that information, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Afternoon.
Hi, Judge. I don't know if they updated, I had to call an audible here at the last minute.
Yeah,
I've
that's
updated,
okay.
I updated everybody. So if you've got a pen and paper here, I'll run this down.
I'm
Rob,
ready.
Robert Miller is sitting here. We're going to do him. Then Rodney Washington. Then next door, Jonathan Reed, and then Shun Handy. And then I'll pick back up after that and
All
let
right,
you go. So, all right.
that's fine. Yeah.
Whenever you're ready, Mr. Miller is here.
All right, I'm ready.
Okay. Hello?
Hi, I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court.
Yes, ma'am.
You have a number of cases here that are not resolved. What I've done is I've appointed counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is here. What I'd like for you to do is visit with him concerning these charges. If you could ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to speak to your lawyer in private.
Okay.
Yeah, I understood. Leave those on. You're good. Got the invite.
Hey, Ashley,
Yes, sir. How may I
um,
help you?
when I just sent you the K-door on Johnson,
Yes,
it
sir.
made all your 6 plea offers in that email chain disappear. Could you send those to me again?
Yep, send the first one again.
Okay, thanks a lot.
No problem.
Ashley,
Yes, Miss Dorothy?
on that Robert Miller that they're talking to right now, you have the state fee on one of the misdemeanors in the attorney rec.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you take that off or?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Thank you for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Miller, Your Honor. Your Honor, the city has made a plea offer to resolve all of Mr. Miller's pending charges. I have reviewed that with Mr. Miller. I've explained his rights related to trial, should he decline that plea offer, and that we would assist him at trial. Your Honor, I've also explained to him that the plea offer that's been made by the city includes person misdemeanors that he'd be pleading to, which would negatively impact his criminal history score and any future felonies should he be sentenced on a felony down the road. Judge, after that discussion, Mr. Miller has opted to accept the city's plea offer. It's his understanding that that plea offer and agreement would be that he'd be pleading to 2 counts of battery, 1 count of battery on a law enforcement officer. The city would be requesting a 60-day underlying sentence, no contact with the victims in the battery cases, that he be placed on probation from that sentence for 1 year on a condition that he not violate the law and pay $423.50 in fines and costs. Judge, Mr. Miller would ask that the court adopt that plea agreement as its order.
All right, Mr. Miller, you understand by entering this plea, you're giving up your right to a trial. Do you understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. And you have the assistance of counselor, Mr. Lilich in his office could help you with these matters. But by doing this, by entering the plea, you're giving up that right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I do note that you have, I believe, a hold out of Overland Park.
They don't want me. It's over 2 years old. I
Okay.
keep going through this over and over with them.
Okay. Well, I will tell you this, if you enter the plea today and you're going to be put on probation, you're going to have to report to our probation office. And I don't want you to run afoul of being in custody in Overland Park if I tell you need to be here for probation. Do you think, how's that going to work?
Now, I think it worked pretty good. So, like I said, that Overland Park, that case is over 2 years old,
Okay.
and they keep. I don't know why they haven't took me out the system, but I
Right.
go through this every time I've been incarcerated.
Yeah,
And they never get back. They always call, and they never get back with them. So they just
I
let me
got
know.
you. Okay. All right. Well, I will also tell you that even though if you enter this plea today and we would release you, you may not get out because Overland Park may still come get you.
Okay.
Now, I have no control over that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, you're going to enter into a plea of 3 person misdemeanors.
Yes.
And if I don't know what your criminal history is, but 6 person misdemeanors adds up to 1 person felony.
Oh, okay.
Okay, so
Yes,
that's
ma'am.
what Mr. Lil's talking about. It could affect your criminal history if you have some of these person felonies.
No.
Okay, does that make sense?
Yes, it makes sense to me.
Okay, so if you commit something later on, they start adding up, and there's 3 of them that are going to add up here.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, but you still want to go forward with the plea.
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. So it's my understanding that you want to enter into 2 batteries and 1 battery on a law enforcement officer. All the other charges will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So to the charge of 2 counts of battery, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
And to the 1 charge of battery on a law enforcement officer, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea. All the other charges will be dismissed. I will agree with the sentence of that 1 year, a total of 1 year in the county jail if you screw up, okay?
Yes, okay,
Hopefully we won't be having to deal with that.
yeah,
And then a total fine of $400. There is no 2350 state fee. So
okay,
it'll be just a total amount of $400.
okay,
Okay. Now, for you to start this probation, you're going to have to come to City Hall on the second floor for what's called probation orientation.
okay,
And that's going to be on a Thursday at 10. And so I'm going to give you some time just in case Overland Park does whatever they do. I'm going to go to July 17th at 10 o'clock.
okay. July 17th, 10 o'clock.
Right, now
Write
we're
that down.
we'll send you paperwork concerning that over to the jail.
Yes,
But
ma'am.
don't miss your probation orientation, because if you do, it'll be a warrant will be issued for your arrest because you didn't appear.
Okay.
All right.
Um,
So do you have any questions at all?
No, I don't.
All
Your
right.
Honor,
Right.
Your Honor, if I may, I believe the
Sure.
underlying sentence on this was 60 days
60 days
probation for a,
total.
yeah, 60 days total probation for a year.
Well, that's
Judge,
even better. That's even better for you. All
and
right.
Judge, one other point, if I may.
Yeah.
Mr. Miller advised me he's been in jail for 12 days. We'd ask that the court consider giving him credit for time served towards that 60 days.
Yeah, I'm going to put down in my notes, I'm going to release you today.
Yes,
You'll get
ma'am.
credit for that 12 days on that 60.
Okay. Okay.
So if you do screw up, and I'm hoping you don't,
Yeah.
you'll at least have 12 days already.
Okay. Yes, ma'am. I
Does that make
understand.
sense?
It makes sense to me.
All right. Okay, so July 17th at 10 o'clock, we expect you at City Hall on the second floor for probation orientation. When you get out of the elevator on the second floor, it's just to the left. There's
Oh,
also
I
security.
just,
You can ask them.
okay. I know where it's at. I just got off probation for 2 years.
Okay, perfect. All right, good. All right.
All right.
If you have no other questions, we'll conclude the hearing.
All right. No, ma'am. No, ma'am, I don't.
All right, you can give your headphones back to
Okay.
the jailer.
All right. You have a good day.
Thank you. Good luck to you.
Get on back. Judge Rodney Washington will be next. The deputy's doing something. It's going to take us a couple of minutes to get him here.
Okay, sure.
Hi, Judge. Mr. Washington's here.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, I'm Judge Wentworth, Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here. They stem from, I have appointed counsel for you in this matter so that you can speak to him about these cases. His name is Mr. Lilich. If you would ask the jailer who gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to speak to Mr. Lilich in private about these issues.
Okay.
Breakout room.
Yeah, breakout room.
I got it. When you're done talking to your attorney, he's going to say something like,
Yeah, go ahead and put him in breakout.
Ma'am, in the Howard case,
Yep.
it's not, where would the letter be if it's not in documents? Where should I be looking?
What did I say? Let me look.
Maybe, nope, not remarks.
No, let me look. It should be in IMDS in one of the cases, one of the two. The jail, his jail mail, basically.
Yeah, I've looked under documents for both of the cases and I cannot find it.
All right, well, I'll make sure it gets scanned in. I'll give it to Dorothy if it's not there.
Apologies, thank you.
Oh, no worries.
Because sometimes things, well, maybe it's in letters. Let me, no. I just definitely don't know where to find everything in IMDS, for sure.
Yeah, no, that's all right. Yeah, I don't see it either. I'll have it scanned in. I usually don't get them unless they're scanned in, so I don't know what happened there. This shouldn't take this long because he already pled, this Mr. Washington. He just failed to appear to probation.
Yes, ma'am, and I did put that in my email. Both Miss Roca and Mr. Washington, I did not send any recommendations because there are no
Right.
cases to be.
Yeah, great. Maybe we can find out what happened there. Mr. Lilich, I noticed that Mr. Washington had not appeared for probation, and that's why there's warrant out for his arrest. That's why he's in custody. Do we know why he was not present to appear for probation?
I
did
called
not,
in over the phone, ma'am.
Hang on, Mr. Lilich.
Judge, I did not specifically discuss that with Mr. Washington. I could go back and ask him about that.
Right. Yeah, because that's his problem. He did not appear for that probation orientation, because it looks like, and correct me if I'm wrong, did he enter a plea to all the other charges?
Previously,
Yes.
that I believe that to be the case.
All right. Yeah, I'd like you to go back and at least visit with him why he was not in come to probation, because that's the only thing it looks like we have to discuss.
All right. Yes, Your
All right.
Honor.
Okay.
But um, Judge, you do show that he accepted the plea offer dated May the 16th that's in the system?
Look here. Yeah, it looks like May 16th, Judge Schultz. I show on that was the last continuance, and it shows disposition with the D unless Ms. Dortha, do you see something different? I show the domestic, he failed to appear for
Right.
probation. These other charges, was he, what was going on there?
Let me see.
Because I see a plea offer dated May the 16th with about 20 charges.
Yeah, and I show a handful of them he pled to.
So I think some of them should be closed and not showed on there.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
gonna close. Oh, because I cannot close because he's on probation.
Gotcha.
So it won't let me close. Oh,
Because all of them, the only one that's in H status, the hearing status, is that domestic.
Yeah, because I called in for my probation. I called in my probation and paid money and told them I wouldn't be able to make it because I was far out. I was far out and I paid money over the phone
I'm going to
for
be
me
able to
not to be
talk to
able
you
to
about that,
appear.
Mr. Washington.
Right.
I'm going to be able to talk to you about that in a minute, sir.
Okay.
Yeah, it looks like he pled no, there was no fines or costs. That's what I showed, Dorothy. Is that not right?
I mean, that's what I show, but it won't let me close them because of the probation part.
I got you.
I show that, yeah, most of them are, let me see.
Judge, the May
Yeah.
16th plea offer I'm looking at, it has a total of $350 in fines. And again, that's for about 20, maybe a little bit better than 20 charges.
I can close them. I show that, yeah. There's a big delay from there.
I show a total of 19 charges. I'm looking at the rec. There is no fines or costs.
Yeah, because I paid the fines and costs. I paid the fines and costs for them.
How much did you pay $350, Mr. Washington, or how much did you pay?
It was a whole it was a whole grip of money. I'm not sure how much it
Yeah.
paid. I
All right,
paid it to the
okay.
courts before the day I was supposed to be in for court. I told them I was out of the way. I was out of town. I was in Shawnee Mission. I couldn't make it way down there, so I paid it over the phone. I paid the money over the phone.
Okay, sit tight and
Right.
the judge
But
will get this figured out.
yeah, why don't you go and talk to him on why he didn't show up?
All right, Judge.
Mr. Washington asked the gentleman to put you back out into a breakout.
Breakout. He wants to put me in a breakout.
Back to the breakout.
All right, Dorotha, I show the ones that are still open. It looks like he pled, there was a bunch of cases that he pled to.
Right.
But I show no fines or costs. I show that none were assessed, even on the attorney rec.
Okay.
It shows zeros everywhere. The others are clearly closed because they were done. And then I show the domestic. That was done on
Back in 2021.
correct and failed to appear. Well,
Your Honor, would it be all right if I stepped away for just a moment?
yeah,
Thank you, ma'am.
but that probation is the only thing. He's paid nothing. I don't know what he's talking about.
He can't make a payment over the phone anyway. We don't take payments over the phone.
Right.
So
yeah,
whatever he's talking about on that, we don't take payments. So
Yeah. Because there was a motion, he failed to comply, failed to start court order probation on May 29th.
payment over the phone.
But it looks like Stephanie filed all those cases.
Okay, so ask me.
I mean, there's all these other cases that are listed.
I have Stephanie with me because she
Yeah,
couldn't get
on
on.
the motion to revoke, she lists all of those other cases. That's why there's no way you can close them.
So do you want her to put on there where we can close them and the probation hasn't been completed or something to get him
Well,
closed
on
out,
the
or you want me just
domestic is he's on probation. I see that, but
right?
I don't see how on all those other cases he was placed on probation.
Okay.
I don't see any notes. I don't
That's
see.
the program wants her to put on there. Well, on probation, I see that, but I don't see how on all those other cases. I don't know what's her number.
Because I'm looking at a journal entry of probation revocation that happened back in May 16th, which is when
On 560. If you go under each.
All right, it looks like back on May 16th of this year, he pled to some new charges. He was found in violation of the probation that he entered back in on his domestic, so we continued his probation for 1 year to end next year, May 29 of 2026. He was to come to probation after that court date, and he didn't. The only thing he owes on is some restitution for a door and some, it looks like a fine, $230 and restitution for a door. Nothing has been paid on this case, these cases. He claims that he called, well, we don't take payments over the phone. So I don't know who he called and paid, but it wasn't us. So, Mr. Lilich, can we reset this now to get him into probation and make sure he appears for that?
Judge, based on my conversation with him, I'm optimistic we can do that.
Okay.
As to him reporting for probation, well, that was scheduled for May the 29th.
Fine.
Mr. Washington has told me on May the 29th, he was at Wyandotte County Mental Health, and they were adjusting his medication that day. And after that appointment, he advises me he walked from 78th Street to City Hall, and that he did make a payment that day, but that by time he walked here, it was too late for his probation appointment. Is that right, Mr. Washington?
You said how much is the door appointed
It
thing
looks
I
like
have to pay?
$150 and then $300 for fines and costs. But what I'm really more concerned about is you appearing for probation.
I will. I make sure
Right.
I will.
All right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to, you're going to be released from custody today, and I want you to appear for probation, and that's on the second floor of City Hall. You know where that is, don't you?
Uh-huh. Yes,
All
I
right.
do.
You are to be here on the 26th, which is this coming Thursday
Okay.
at 10 o'clock, not 10:01, not 10:15. You got to be here at 10 o'clock.
All right. 10 o'clock Thursday.
June 26th at 10. If you need to have Wyandotte Behavioral Health help you with that, make contact with them so that they know to help you get here.
All right.
Does that make sense?
Sounds fair.
Okay. Because
Sounds
I
fair.
want you to start reporting.
All right.
Okay. So you're going to be released. We'll send paperwork over June 26th at 10.
Next
City Hall,
Thursday at 10 o'clock.
second
Second
floor.
floor. Okay.
Correct. All right. That's the end of that.
Just checking we're all done there, Judge.
Yes.
All right. Next will be Reed or Handy. I'm not sure who'll be out first, but they're
All
next
right,
door. I'll be
sounds-
back soon.
Sounds good. And if Stephanie is still there, we'll just continue the motion to revoke. He won't be in revo status. We'll just determine whether or not he appears on that June 26th.
So continue the motion to revoke
Yeah.
and just wait till that day.
Pardon me, Judge Jonathan Reed.
Thank you.
Hi, everybody.
Hello, Mr. Reed. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have a number of cases here that are unresolved, stemming from things like trespassing, resisting arrest, interference with law enforcement, urinating in public, battery on a law enforcement officer, etc. I have appointed counsel for you in this matter. Mr. Lilich is here. What I'd like for you to do is visit with him about how we need to proceed in these matters. So if you will ask the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to speak to Mr. Lilich in private about these cases.
Could you, yeah, could you send us a breakout?
Absolutely. And you are done talking. Decorum. Decorum. Here's the judge.
Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thank you for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Reed. Your Honor, the city did make a plea offer to resolve Mr. Reed's many pending charges. He did not wish to consider that at this time. He would like to meet with our office and further discuss those charges. Your Honor, my understanding from Mr. Reed is that he's been in the Wyandotte County Jail for approximately 20 days. I would request that the court consider and grant an OR bond for him. I have generally explained to him where our office is located and how he can come to our office and schedule an appointment. He has advised me he intends to do so. He's pointed out that appearing in court at 8:30 in the morning has caused a problem for him in the past, and he'd request a 1 o'clock appearance time if the court's willing to grant him an own recognizance bond.
Mr. Reed, I'm just looking at a case that was, it looks like you received the tickets back in July of 2024. And it looks 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 warrants have been issued where we've let you out, we've given you a court date, and you don't appear at all. Tell me something that will assure me that you're going to appear, because this is crazy. You've got so many charges, you're in and out of custody constantly, and I'm not so sure I want to let you out because you don't appear.
Since the last thing, the last time that the last thing that the last situation that happened the time before last with Missouri and 816 has happened again. That's what caused the that's what caused me not being able to show up. I was in custody over in Missouri since April, all of April until May. And then I was released, and then I was out for maybe shortly a week over here in 913. All I can say is that I would try not to, until I handle these things over here that are in 913, I would stay from over in Missouri, because that's how I just end up, that's how I've been not able to show up to these court days.
Right.
That you have been granted.
Do you have current court dates over in Missouri at this time, or are you done with the Missouri courts?
I'm finished with all the with Missouri courts. I have no troubles over there at all, and yeah, that's all. I would pretty much just stay over here and try to stay over here in Kansas till these things are resolved. Till these are resolved. Till this is resolved. And I haven't any charges. I have any cases, no cases over here at all either.
Your most recent case here is when you got picked up just recently, May 28th of this year. And it was, you had the tickets for alcohol in the park. All right, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to let you out. You're going to have to stay away from these places. 501 Minnesota, 2018 Metropolitan, KU Med, unless you have some kind of medical emergency, the ambulance got to take you there, and 2102 Metropolitan. So do you understand that?
I hear you clearly. Know exactly what you're saying.
All right. I will set your case at 1 o'clock, so we have no problems with the 8:30 business. And I'm going to set it for next Thursday, June 26th at 1 o'clock. All right. Do you have any questions?
No, Judge.
All right. Because if you do not appear June 26th, at some point you're going to be back in jail, and I will not let you out until these cases get resolved. Do you understand that?
Hear you loud and clear. Now I know exactly what you're saying.
All right. June 26th, 1 o'clock. It is on the second floor of City Hall, just literally across the street from where you're at.
I thank you I thank y'all so much for granting this bond.
All right. Just make sure you stay away from those places. We'll see you here June 26th. And that'll conclude the hearing. You can give your headphones back to the jailer.
Judge, have a great one, okay?
All right, you also. Be careful.
Just take the earphones back to.
Yeah, we're done now. Yeah, and we'll send over the paperwork.
Just a minute and get Mr. Handy out.
All right, thank you.
You're good, Ashley. I know, we're going. Did the DB get dismissed?
Yeah.
Okay,
No, and he didn't show.
who didn't show?
The finish.
Oh, so Benchmore. Sweet. Okay, bye. I'll be right back, ma'am. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's fine.
Pardon me, Judge, we're back. Mr. Handy is here.
All right, sounds good. Hello, Mr. Handy. I am Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have a number of cases here that are unresolved. And what I've done is appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich, who's here, so that you can speak to him about these cases. They stem from petty larceny, vagrancy, trespass, destruction of property, possession of drug paraphernalia, and a failure to appear summons. So the gentleman that gave you the headphones, if you could tell him to put you in a breakout room, you can speak with Mr. Lilich in private about these matters.
Yeah.
So ask him to put you in a breakout.
Put me in a breakout.
Yep, understood. You're done talking. Judge will ask you directly any questions and then
Mr. Lilich?
questions.
Judge, thanks for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Handy. I have met with him and reviewed a plea offer with him from the city. Judge, I explained to Mr. Handy that he has an absolute right to have a trial and his rights related to trial if he chose to proceed to trial on these charges. I've also explained to Mr. Handy that him entering a plea in this case, per the plea offer from the city, could potentially negatively impact any future sentencing he may have on felonies. Judge, after discussing it with him, he would like to accept the plea offer that's been extended by the city to resolve these cases. It's his understanding that he will be pleading guilty to 2 counts of trespassing, 3 counts of theft, 1 count of criminal damage, 1 count of exposing a person, and 1 count of drug paraphernalia. It's his understanding the city will be requesting a 6-month probation on a 120-day underlying sentence on the condition that he successfully complete a checkmate class, not use or possess drugs or alcohol, and that he not return to the location where the criminal damage to property occurred. It's also his understanding the city will be asking for a $250 fine. Judge, after reviewing this with Mr. Handy, he would ask that the court adopt that as its order and also give him credit for time served for approximately 2 weeks in custody.
There's something about mental health counseling, I see. For the exposing a person.
Oh, Your Honor, I did not specifically discuss that with him. Mr. Handy, there is a condition as a part of this plea agreement that you're going to have to complete some mental health counseling. Are you doing some mental health counseling?
Yes, I had to get another psychiatrist because he left Murloc, so I'm still with my mental health
Are
with
you are,
Daryl.
are you willing to keep current with that?
Yes, my mental
Um,
health counselor is Mr. Daryl.
Yeah, is
Mr.
that
Daryl.
with Wyandotte Behavioral Health?
Yes, yes, ma'am.
All right. All right, Mr. Handy, do you understand by entering these pleas, you're giving up your right to a trial?
Yes,
All right, because you have an absolute right to a trial. You have Mr. Lilich to help you navigate that trial on these matters, but you're wanting to give that right up to enter the plea. Is that your understanding?
yes.
All right. Let's see, the charges, it's 2 counts of trespass. How do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty,
To the 3 counts of petty larceny, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
guilty,
To to destruction of property, guilty or not guilty?
guilty,
And to the possession of drug paraphernalia, guilty or not guilty?
guilty.
All right, all the other charges will be dismissed. I'll accept your pleas. You are to pay restitution. Do we know how much restitution?
$250.
Okay. All right. I'll order that. You'll have to do that checkmate class. You'll have that underlying sentence of 120 days. And what that means is you will get credit for the time that you have served. But if you don't do what you need to do on probation, you're looking at the remainder of that 120 days in jail. Do you understand?
Yes, sir. Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yeah. All right. I will follow all the recommendations that are set forth in the plea agreement. You're not to return to the area of the it's 10824 parallel. Sounds like it's out near the Legends. Does that sound
Yeah,
right?
yes.
Okay. All right. So to start probation, you have to come to what's called probation orientation. Now I don't show, let's see. I don't show that you have any other holds but this one to keep you in jail. So if I let you out, I expect you to be at the orientation on July 3rd.
Okay.
All right. July 3rd at 10 o'clock.
Yes,
If you
ma'am.
are not there, a warrant will be issued. You'll be back in custody. You're looking at 120 days.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So I need you to appear July 3rd on the second floor of City Hall at 10 o'clock.
Yes.
All right. So when you get off the elevator, you're just going to go to the left on the second floor.
Okay.
All right. Do you have any questions of what you are required to do at this point?
No, I know, Your Honor.
All right.
Yes.
I don't want you to miss your probation orientation. The probation can help you get through all of the things that you're going to have to do.
Yes.
Okay?
Yes,
You
ma'am.
understand? All right. Okay. So we will send over paperwork that will allow you to get out of custody today, and that you are to be here on July 3rd.
Yes.
All right. All right. If you don't have any questions, that'll conclude the hearing and you can give your headphones back.
Okay.
All right.
Including,
Done?
yeah, I have
All right, take those off. Set them right here. Okay, Judge, moving back to the top of my original list up on a different floor. I'll be back soon.
Okay. All right. Sounds good.
Yep. Judge, another audible apologies to everybody. Gustavo Carrillo, Carrillo.
All right.
Here we go. Here he is.
Hello, yes, ma'am.
I'm Judge Whitworth, Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have a few cases here that have been unresolved. You have some traffic matters as well as 2 domestic batteries and a destruction of property. I have appointed counsel for you so that we can figure out how we're going to proceed on these matters. Mr. Lilich is here, who is your attorney. So what I'd like for you to do is visit with him so that we can determine how these cases are going to proceed. So if you would let the gentleman that gave you the headphones know that you need to be placed in a breakout, you can talk to your lawyer in private.
Yeah, breakout.
It goes on. I got it. Done talking.
Yes, Mr. Lilich.
Judge, thank you for that opportunity to meet with Mr. Carrillo. Your Honor, the city has made a plea offer to resolve Mr. Carrillo's pending charges. I have reviewed that plea offer with him. After much consternation, Mr. Carrillo would like to accept the city's plea offer. Judge, his understanding of that plea offer is that he will be pleading to 2 counts of the 3 domestic battery charges. The city would be dismissing the 3rd domestic battery and the other pending charges. It's his understanding the city would be seeking a total 270-day concurrent underlying sentence that Mr. Creel will serve 7 of those days in jail, and then he will be released on probation for 1 year on the balance on the condition that he obtain a domestic violence, that he complete the batter's intervention program, that he not violate the law, that he not own or possess a firearm while on probation, and that he have no violent contact with the victim. Judge, I have explained that this plea could potentially negatively impact Mr. Carrillo's future sentencing in felony cases. I've explained to him that he can't own or possess a firearm, and that he will also have to pay a $700 fine. After going that over with him at some length, Judge, Mr. Carrillo would ask that the court adopt the plea agreement I've described as its order.
All right, Mr. Carrillo, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yeah, that I have I've been down for more than 7 days now.
Yes.
And Judge, he'd asked that the court give him credit for time served.
Yeah.
He's
and
been
I
in
looked
jail
at
for
that.
8 days.
Right. These charges are pretty serious. This domestic, pleading to 2 domestic battery charges are serious matters and can affect your criminal history. Do you understand that?
Yes.
I will abide by the plea agreement, so that you know, if you plead to these things, I will agree to all the recommendations that have been suggested. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So the underlying sentence is 270 days. And what that means is if you mess up your probation, you can be looking at that much time sitting in jail.
Yes, ma'am.
You understand that,
Yes, ma'am.
right? The probation is here to help you to navigate, get you that battery intervention and those types of things completed, but you have to report to do that. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All right. If you don't report, that can get you in trouble. You can be back in jail looking at that time. You understand that?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, by entering these pleas, you're giving up your right to a trial. You have an absolute right to a trial. But by entering the plea, you're giving up those rights. Is that how you want to proceed today?
If if probation is still on the table
Yeah.
and I get time served, I will proceed.
Okay. Because that's what's going to happen if you enter your pleas today.
Okay.
All right.
So I will be released today?
You will absolutely be released today. Let me look and make sure you don't have any other. Yeah, you don't as far as I know, you don't have any other holds. So if we release you, you'd be released.
Okay.
Okay. And you will get that credit for the 7 days that you've been in.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. All right. So for the 2 counts of domestic battery, how do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your plea. The other charges will be dismissed. I will agree to the sentence of that 270 days total in jail, credit for 7 days, suspend the rest of all the sentence so you don't have to serve any more. You'll be on 1 year probation with our court here. That's on the second floor of City Hall.
Okay.
You will have to complete battery intervention. You cannot own or possess any guns. You cannot violate the law in any way. You'll have to pay that $700 fine, and you can work with probation to get that paid. You can have no violent contact with that Adolfo Carrillo. Who is that?
That's my brother.
Okay.
Um,
No violent contact. You need to get
Judge?
along with him. All right.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. The battery intervention, that's a process, and that'll be, you can get it worked out with probation to get that done.
Okay.
All
So
right.
as soon as I get released from here,
Yeah.
I should go to the second floor.
No, I'm going to give you the date. You're going to have to appear here on the second floor, July 3rd at 10 a.m.
Okay.
That's your probation orientation.
Yes, ma'am.
Second floor, when you get out of the elevator, just to your left.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. If you do not appear July 3rd, a warrant is going to be issued for your arrest.
Yes, ma'am.
So don't miss it.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. All right. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right. We will send over paperwork to get you out today. I don't know how fast they'll be, but you will be released today.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right. We'll see you here July 3rd.
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All
you
right.
will.
You have a good day.
You too. Thank you. Thank you.
Okay, let's try Carter and Smith. Back to yourself. Let's try for them. Next door. I'll be right back.
Sure.
Oh, shoot.
All right.
All right. Oh, pardon me, Mr. Smith, Jason Smith, Judge.
All right.
Hi, how are you?
I'm great. I'm Judge Whitman with Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have some unresolved matters here that we need to figure out how we're going to proceed. You have 2 counts of trespass, 1 count of destruction of property, and 1 count of failure to appear. I have appointed counsel for you. Mr. Lilich is here to help us figure out how we're going to proceed. So if you would tell the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout room, you'll be able to speak to Mr. Lilich in private about your matters.
Okay, yes.
Judge, was that Jason Smith?
Yeah, that
Is
just
that okay?
breakout.
Okay.
Yeah, yeah. Yes, Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thanks for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Smith. The city has made a plea offer to resolve Mr. Smith's pending charges. I have reviewed that plea offer with Mr. Smith. I've explained to Mr. Smith that he has an absolute right to have a trial on those charges, and that should he proceed to trial, he'd have the benefit of the assistance of our office at trial. Judge, after explaining that to him and his related trial rights, Mr. Smith would like to accept the city's plea offer to resolve these charges. It's his understanding he'll be pleading guilty to 2 counts of trespassing and guilty to 1 count of criminal damage to property. The city will be dismissing a failure to appear citation. It's his understanding the city will be recommending that should he agree not to return to the locations where he was cited for trespassing, which I have looked those up and discussed those locations with him. And his understanding is that they're generally at 68th and Yecker. If he agrees not to return to those locations and he pays reasonable restitution for the criminal damage charge, which I've discussed that with him, and he believes that it's damage to a window at the jail, that he will just have to pay a fine and agree to abide by those conditions. Judge, Mr. Smith has advised that it is significant to him, his criminal history. I have told him that this plea could potentially negatively impact his criminal history score, but I did not anticipate that it would. But I did tell him it potentially could. With those caveats in mind, Judge, he'd ask that the court adopt the plea agreement that I've just went over as its order.
Mr. Smith, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yeah.
All right. And it's my understanding that you want to plead to the 2 counts of trespass and the destruction of property, and the other charge will be dismissed. Is that your understanding?
Yes, ma'am. And I will not return to those, and I will pay the fines.
Okay. As Mr. Lillet stated, you have an absolute right to a trial. If you want these cases set for trial, they can be set. Mr. Lilich will help you and represent you during those trials, but you're willing to give up that right to enter these pleas.
Yeah, I just don't want to make things worse. I'd rather just not return to those and just pay the fines, and then maybe
Okay.
it'll go away.
Right, right. Yeah, there's no probation or anything like that in these matters. You just need to pay those costs and fees and not return to those areas.
Will do.
All right. Okay, to the 2 counts of trespass, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
I plead guilty.
And to the 1 count of destruction of property, how do you plead, guilty or not guilty?
Guilty.
All right, I'll accept your pleas. I will dismiss the failure to appear summons, and I will adopt the recommendations that have been provided. The total of $200 of fine, and just don't go back to that 68th and Yecker and the Georgia Avenue address.
Yes, ma'am. I won't be there.
All right. Okay. What we will do is I'm going to send over to release you today. I do show that that Wyandotte County's got something going on with you, so I don't know if you'll actually get out of jail, but you will not be held on any of these city matters.
Okay, thank you so much.
All right. You can pay online the fines and costs that you owe, or you can come here on the 2nd floor and pay the clerk.
Okay, thank you so much. Is there any way I can set up like a payment plan?
What I'm going to do is I'll give you a payment date. If you make a $20 or $50 payment, as you can, they'll just continue to move the court date so
Okay,
that
yeah.
you won't have to come to court. All
Thank
right.
you, Honor. As soon as sorry.
The only key, the key to it is if you make payments, then we know that you haven't forgotten.
Yes,
It's
ma'am.
when you stop paying, then we don't know, and then problems occur.
Yes,
Okay.
ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so I'm gonna set your payment date, because I know you're gonna be in custody for your other stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'll set it for the end of July.
Okay.
July 25th at 1 o'clock for payment. Like I said, 20 or 50 will move the date
Yes, ma'am.
so that you don't have to come. All
Yes, Your
right? Okay. Did you have any questions?
Honor. No, that's it. Thank you so
Okay.
much.
All right. All right. That'll be the orders, and that'll conclude the hearing. You can give your headphones back.
Okay, thank you, Your Honor.
Jason Smith. I'm sorry. Samuel Carter. My bad.
Okay. Hello,
Morning.
Mr. Carter. I'm
Morning.
Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court.
Yes, ma'am.
You have some unresolved matters here that we need to figure something out, how they need to proceed.
Yes,
The
ma'am.
charge is resisting arrest. I think we did visit last time on the Zoom.
Yes, ma'am.
And you were thinking about the plea offer. I'm going
Yes,
to put
ma'am.
you back in the breakout with Mr. Lilich so you can discuss that and
Okay.
refresh your memory on that.
Yes, ma'am.
So if you would ask the gentleman that gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout,
Yes,
you can
ma'am.
talk to Mr. Lilich about the plea.
Done there.
So I show we only have the two ladies and Mr. Williams is all we got left, I think.
Just 3 left. That's good. Might be done before 4:30.
Let's
Don't
hope.
hold your breath.
Yeah.
Don't
No,
hold your
'cause we
breath.
got to go to that whole new pod.
Because we've got the
waiting.
girls.
Yeah. You'll be happy to know, though, I'm almost got a whole PowerPoint presentation done in this time.
Yeah, I'm working on next week's docket for sure.
There you go. Say Hudson was going to go to the DUI
The
boot
July.
camp, which is in 2 weeks. Yeah.
Yes, ma'am, as far as I'm aware.
Because that's what I'm doing.
Thank you, sir.
All right, Mr. Lilich.
Thank you, Your Honor. Thanks for the opportunity for me to visit with Mr. Carter. Your Honor, I did discuss the plea offer again with Mr. Carter. I pointed out to him that I think that offer has, well, I thought it had improved, but looking at the date on it, maybe it hadn't. But the bottom line here, Judge, Mr. Carter has a felony matter that's scheduled for hearing on July the 11th. He would respectfully request that the court continue this one more time past that July 11th date, and he intends to accept the city's plea offer that I went over with him today at that time.
The only, and I don't have any problem with that. The only thing is, I do know that your sentencing's July 11th, which I understand you'd probably be released, I'm assuming.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
I'll take probation, but yes, ma'am.
All right. But then there's a mission hold
Yes,
that
ma'am.
you have. So they'll scurry you away
Right.
before I can get you back set.
Okay.
So the date I'm going to give you is a date that you'll probably be out, so you need to make sure you get here.
Absolutely.
You understand what I'm saying?
I
Because
understand.
otherwise, whatever date I'm going to give you here, you'll be a warrant will be issued for your rent, so
Vi-
you'll be right back in. That'll be a mess.
Violate my probation. Yes, ma'am.
Correct. Yes.
I understand.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go to, hopefully your mission thing will be done.
Yes,
I'll
ma'am.
go to August 7th. That's a Thursday.
I'm gonna write it down right now.
Well, we'll also send paperwork over, but August 7th, I'm going to set it at 1 o'clock.
Okay, 1 p.m. for August 7th.
August 7th, that's here in City Hall on the second floor, just across the street from where you're at.
I appreciate you working with
Okay.
me very much, and I'll
Yeah.
have this resolved at that next court date. Thank you very
Perfect.
much.
All right, so we'll
Okay.
send that over to get you out.
Okay.
But just know, once you get out of mission, you still have this.
Gotta come back. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, all
Okay.
right.
Thank
All
you.
right, do you have any questions?
No, I appreciate you working with me, Your Honor. Thank you,
Okay.
and thank you to my attorney.
Sounds good. Thank
Okay.
you.
A new pod, Freddie Williams. Be back soon. a second. Pardon me, Judge, Mr. Williams is here.
All right, thank you.
You bet.
Hello.
Hello, Mr. Williams. I'm Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You have a number of cases here that are unresolved, that I need to figure out how we're going to proceed in these matters. I have appointed a lawyer for you in these cases. They stem from 2 counts of domestic battery. You
Yes,
have
ma'am.
some trespass, possession of drug paraphernalia, possession of marijuana. So what I'd like to do is for you to visit with your lawyer concerning these so we can figure out how to proceed. If you would ask the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout room, you'll be able to speak to your lawyer in private about this.
He said put me in a breakout. She's but Judge,
Yeah,
uh,
go speak to your lawyer. Speak to your lawyer.
yeah, yeah. I had wanted to say something to you about the trespassing things, because you know I had
Yeah.
went to the hospital on that, right?
I understand, but I want you to talk to your lawyer about it
Yeah.
first.
Thank you, yeah.
Okay. Mr. Lillich?
Judge, thanks for the opportunity to meet with Mr. Williams. The city has made a plea offer to resolve his pending charges. I've reviewed that plea offer with him. He would like, he would request that the court set all these charges for trial. He'd request a trial date in late August so that he can meet with our office before his trial date. I have explained to him where our office is at and how he can schedule an appointment. He understands how to do that. Judge, I think the court may be aware our earliest appointment right now is early August. So I think if the court wishes to set it for trial now, setting it out to late August should give him plenty of time to schedule an appointment should the court grant him an OR bond, which on that point, Mr. Williams has advised me he's been in custody in Wyandotte County for 7 days. He's also advised me that he has a health issue that's ongoing that he needs treatment for from Truman Medical Center. He would like for the court to consider that and grant him an OR bond today and set his cases for trial.
All right. Mr. Lillich, Mr. Williams, I understand exactly what your lawyer is telling me, that you've got some issues and whatnot. So what I want to do is set it, I'm going to set it in August just to make sure that you visited with counsel, or at least have an appointment with your counsel prior to setting it for trial.
Yes,
Because
ma'am.
with your health issues and everything, I hate for everybody to be here for trial and for whatever reason you weren't able to get an appointment or you're in the hospital. So I don't want to have everybody rally and you're not here.
That's really been my issue, Judge,
Okay.
is that because losing my toes. I mean, Dan Green and Frost, they said it's strep throat in my bones in my foot.
Uh-huh.
And I don't know what that means, but I can lose my whole foot, man, if I don't get this medication.
All right. So what I'm going to do is you will be released today.
Thank
All
you,
right.
ma'am.
But I'm going to set your case for you to come to the courthouse on next Thursday.
Next Thursday, okay.
All right. And that way you can get here, you can get your appointment, so you don't have to worry about the computer. They can help you out, get that appointment, etc. And then we'll work from there.
Thank you for that, ma'am.
All
Thank
right.
you for
Okay.
real, yeah.
All right. So we're going to go to June 27th. That's next Friday at 1:00.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right. And then that way we'll get you set up with your appointment and then we'll work from there.
Okay.
All right.
That's
Because I
fine.
hate to just set it for something and it doesn't matter. So
No,
we'll
thank you.
see you here June 27th at 1:00. That's at City Hall, just across the street from where you're at, on the second floor.
Thank you.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Did you have any questions?
No, I'm okay. I just mainly concerned about just my leg situation. I mean, thank you though.
All
Yeah.
right. Sounds good. All right. June 27th at 1:00.
Okay. Thank you. Yeah. Have a
You
good
can
day
give your
though.
headphones back now.
Thank you.
Your hearing's over.
Okay, next and last, our two females, different pod, different floor. I'll be back soon.
All right.
Pardon me, Judge, Ms. Rocha.
Hello, Ms. Rocha. I'm Judge Mint with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court. You had pled to some charges here in municipal court, and you were placed on probation, and then you failed to appear for probation. And so a motion to revoke your probation has been um, filed with the court. So I have appointed the lawyer for you to discuss this. I'm not sure why you didn't appear, so I'd like you to talk to your lawyer about your case. So if you would tell the gentleman that gave you those headphones to put you in a breakout, you can talk to your lawyer in private.
Okay, thank you.
Mr. Lilich?
Your Honor, thank you for the opportunity to meet with Ms. Rocha. Your Honor, as to the pending motion to revoke, Ms. Rocha has advised me that following being placed on probation back in March, she had some mental health issues, which led to her an inpatient stay at KU Medical Center here on Strawberry Hill. She's advised me that she was inpatient at KU Medical Center on May the 15th when she was supposed to report to probation. She's willing to get written verification of that and provide it to her probation officer. She's advised me that that stay has helped her address these mental health issues. Judge, in light of those circumstances, I don't know what the city's position would be, but she would respectfully request that the court reinstate her probation, order her to provide that verification as a condition of the reinstatement. And she's advised me she's willing to do the parenting class and comply with the orders that the court entered for her probation.
Ms. Rocha, one of my concerns is that you have some holds out of Merriam and Shawnee. So even if I let you out and give you a court date or at least a probation orientation date, you may still be in custody in these other places. I don't need to know what's going on in Merriam and Shawnee, but do you think you're going to be in there for extended periods of time?
I don't think it'll be more than 2 weeks at the max.
Okay, all right. All right, well, this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to leave the motion to revoke on file. I'm not going to find you in violation or anything yet, because what I'd like to do is set it for a probation orientation again. When you come back to that orientation, you can bring that paperwork to show you why you weren't here. The Strawberry Hill paperwork, all right? And then that way we can get you started on probation here, and hopefully we won't have any other issues, and maybe they'll withdraw the motion.
Okay, I appreciate that.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
All right. Okay, so if I give you those 2 weeks, because it's the 20th, we're looking at, how about if I make your probation orientation July 24th? That's almost 30 days.
Yeah.
So hopefully those other things can be taken care of. And so it'll be July 24th at 10 o'clock.
Okay.
And that's for probation orientation. It's on the second floor here in the City Hall. When you get out of the elevators, just to your left. And at that time, hopefully you can bring that paperwork also.
Okay.
Showing them, you know, what your circumstances were at that time. All right.
Yes, ma'am. I appreciate it.
Yeah, because I want you to succeed on probation, but you got to get these other matters taken care of so you can report and get these things done that you need done.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
All right. All right. So we'll send over the paperwork July 24th at 10 o'clock.
Thank you, ma'am.
All right.
Have a good day.
Did you have any other questions?
So today then I'll go on to Johnson County or?
Well, I'm assuming they'll come get you. I don't have any say over that.
Okay.
But I'm assuming those two, there is a hold on you for those two places.
All right. Thank you, ma'am.
All right. You have a good day.
And Ms. Johnson.
How you doing, Judge?
I'm doing all right. I am Judge Whitman with the Kansas City, Kansas Municipal Court, and you have some unresolved matters here. Some involve traffic, others are 3 counts of petty larceny, couple trespass, and a battery case. I've appointed counsel for you, Mr. Lilich.
Okay.
He's here to help you out. What I'd like for you to do is visit with him so we can figure out how we're going to proceed.
Thank you, ma'am.
If you would tell the gentleman who gave you the headphones to put you in a breakout, you'll be able to talk to Mr. Lilich in private.
Okay, put me in a breakout. Okay.
Talk to your attorney. when you're
Okay.
done.
I was too optimistic in my 4:30 completion time.
A little bit, but we're close.
Very, very.
Yeah.
Let your attorney do all your talking and answer any questions that are asked. Best way to get it.
Mr. Lilich?
Judge, thanks for the opportunity to meet with Ms. Johnson. I have reviewed a plea offer that's been made by the city with Ms. Johnson. I have explained that she has an absolute right to have a trial on all the charges that are pending before this court, and that our office would assist her with trial should she proceed to trial, and I've explained her rights related to trial. After going over that with her and also pointing out to her that if she accepts the city's plea offer, which she would be pleading to 2 counts of theft, that should she get a third count of theft, that she could potentially be charged with a felony down the road. I've also pointed out to her with respect to the city's plea offer, since it involves a plea to driving while suspended, and leaving the scene of an injury accident, that her pleading guilty to those charges, that I'm pretty certain the Department of Revenue will suspend her license or add to any suspension period that she presently has. And I've also advised her that as a result of entering into this plea agreement that's been offered by the city, that the terms of the agreement would negatively impact any criminal sentencing that she may have down the road for a felony. Judge, after explaining those caveats to her and going over that, she would like to enter into this plea agreement with the city. It's her understanding that she's going to be pleading guilty to 2 counts of trespassing, 2 counts of theft, 1 count of no driver's license, 1 count of no proof of insurance, 1 count of driving while suspended, 1 count of leaving the scene of an accident involving injury, and 1 count of battery. It's her understanding that in exchange for that plea, the city will dismiss the remaining charges. The city will be asking for a 30-day underlying sentence, 6 months probation, that she will have to obtain an anger management assessment and follow the recommendations on probation, and that she will have to pay a total fine and court costs of $1,723.50. Judge, she has advised me that she is presently employed. Her employment is with an agency that allows for her to provide transportation for her parents. She would ask that the court adopt this plea agreement as its order and grant her an OR bond today so that she doesn't lose her employment, as it's her intention to pay the fines that would be ordered by the court should the court accept this plea agreement, which she would ask that the court adopt it as its order.
Now, I just have one question about the her parents being transported.
No.
If she enters into this, I don't know her situation with her driver's license right now, but by entering the plea, she won't have a driver's license. So
Excuse me, Your Honor. I don't mean to cut
Yes.
you off.
No.
I provide care for my parents. I'm a home health
Right.
aide. I
Gotcha.
don't provide transportation. And my parents
Gotcha.
live down
Okay.
the street here at the White Loft. My mom
Okay.
and dad.
I just
And
wanted to
so,
I was a little concerned that you weren't going to be able to transport your
right.
parent
I
because
misunderstood that point, Your Honor.
Okay.
I thought she told me transportation was a part of it.
Gotcha. Okay. All right. Ms. Johnson, did you understand what your lawyer just said?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
I do note that these cases are older, and so you've been staying out of trouble as far as I can tell. You know, you haven't been under our radar because of that. So understand that by entering these pleas that you're giving up your right to a trial, and you have a right to a trial.
Yes, Your Honor, I do.
But entering the plea, you're giving up that right. Is that how you want to proceed today?
Yes, Your Honor.
Right. Now, by being on probation, you're going to have to do some reporting to a probation office and get that anger management done, the eval, and follow those recommendations.
Yes, Your Honor. I'll do that.
You understand that? All right. Because if you don't do that, you're looking at being in jail for at least 30 days.
Yes, Your Honor. While I'm at work down the street here, I can just
Gotcha.
tell them that I need to come up here and walk up here and do that.
To visit.
And I'll take care of it.
That's perfect. Perfect. All right. So for the charges, and I'm just going to list them all out because it'll be a little quicker. No driver's license, no insurance, a trespass, 2 counts of petty larceny, driving while suspended, leaving the scene, another trespass, and a battery.
Okay.
How do you plead? Guilty or not guilty?
Guilty, Your Honor.
All right. All the other charges, I will accept your plea, and all the other charges will be dismissed.
Okay,
I will agree with the recommendation of you'll be a 30-day underlying sentence.
okay,
All that time will be suspended. You don't have to serve any of it, but you'll be on probation for 6 months.
okay, okay,
During that 6 months, you're going to have to get an anger management eval and follow their recommendations.
okay,
You're to have no violent contact, I believe, with a Jacob Goins, Goans. No violent contact with them, and pay the fines and costs, which is that $1,723.50.
okay,
Okay. The only time that 30-day jail sentence is going to come into play is if you don't do what you got to get done. Pay, do the anger management report.
okay, Your Honor.
Okay. All right. So now, what we need to do is pick a date for you to begin your probation orientation. You got to come and get oriented on how it's going to work. All right.
Okay,
I'm
okay,
gonna do July 3rd. That's a Thursday, and it's at
okay,
10 o'clock.
okay,
So it gives you a
okay,
couple weeks to work with whoever you need to work with to come down here.
okay,
Okay.
okay.
So July 3rd at 10
At 10
a.m.
o'clock. Okay,
you are to be on the second floor at probation orientation at City Hall.
okay,
And when you get out of the elevator, second floor is right to your left.
okay. July
All
3rd
right.
at 10 a.m. Okay,
You've got, and we'll send paperwork over, but
okay.
if you don't show up, a warrant's going to be issued. You'll be right where you're at.
Oh, no, no, no. No,
Okay,
no,
that's what I'm saying.
no, no.
So don't miss it. July 3rd, 10 o'clock, second
Okay,
floor. Okay.
okay. I feel
right.
so relieved because now I can work with Driver Solutions on helping me get my driver's license back.
Correct.
I know
Yes.
it's going to be a little bump in the road, but
Right.
this is going to help because
Correct.
I've contacted them and I'm working with Driver Solutions with that new Senate bill.
Excellent. Excellent.
Okay.
Okay. So, do you have any other questions of what you got to do?
No, I just need to be on July the 3rd at 10 a.m. on the second floor.
Correct. Correct.
Yes.
All right. All right. We'll send over paperwork. You'll get out today, and I wish you good luck.
Thank you, Judge.
right.
Listen, I'm glad I'm getting this stuff behind
Good.
me so I can move forward and get, you know what I'm saying? Like the new
I'm
Senate
with
bill
you.
with Driver Solutions is a good thing because I
Right.
wrote letters to Lenexa and to Miriam, and then they're going to tell me what part I need to pay towards that fee. And so
Perfect.
now I just got to deal with this stuff, and that's
Right.
it. I'm
All right.
on the
Sounds
road.
good.
Yes, thank you.
Yes.
And I'm gonna do the right thing. I promise you.
All right. I'm in hopes that you will.
Thank you, Judge. Will
All
I
right.
leave today?
Yeah, we'll send out. I don't know how fast they'll be, but we'll get you out today.
Finish up here now.
Okay. Thank you, Judge.
You have a good day and good luck.
Okay, Judge, that's it.
I believe so. Have a good
All right.
weekend.
Good weekend.
Stay
Bye.
cool, hydrate.